Alright, hey guys, so I think it's time to talk about pets. So as you know, there's a lot of pets, and I still don't have them all. Right now I have 22 pets, and how many of them are good? So give it a few seconds. Pretty much, about the first row of the pets, and then the parrot, are the only useful ones. Now, I am still missing a few, like the whale, the phoenix, the turtle pet. Turtle could potentially be good, I'm not entirely sure, it all depends on how much the new content needs defense, but there are a lot of useless pets, and I want to know why there is so much fluff. So let's, quickly run through some of the ones that I have. So the giraffe pet. This pet is legitimately an abomination. Why would this thing even be put in the game? None of its skills make sense with each other. There's no connection. There's nothing. It gives health crit chance. Okay, that's kind of weird. Now it gives bonus log chance when you break leaves. No one breaks leaves. You gen health per second. That could be an okay passive, maybe. It's like, what, 20 health per second at level 100? Could be good. But why the other perk? It could have been like a health pet. But then the third perk's like grants crit damage and crit chance in midair. When are you ever midair? Besides like jumping when you're doing dragons. You're like never in midair. This thing that makes no sense. On the sheep pet. Now, the sheep pet, I'm not going to flame the sheep pet. Sheep pet could be really good for dungeons. I'll just leave this one alone. Could be a hidden gem for dungeons. But yeah. Jerry pet. This thing's a meme, dude. Like, it doesn't do anything. It's just like a meme. Like the Jerry sword. Anyway. Wither skeleton. Like, all its perks make sense. It's a good pet, but there's no wither skeleton content, right? The cold crazy chop chance. It's weird. Like, who needs something like that? I don't know what they're thinking with that. Alright, horse is just a duplicate of the skeleton horse. Not really gonna, no problem with that one. Chicken, all the chicken stuff makes sense, Well, besides the fall damage, this pet is actually pretty well designed. Enderman pet, again, another decent one. Its perks are kind of weird, like the third perk of the legendary one, increasing your summon eye special zealot chance. The other two perks are interesting, like reducing your damage but you don't get hit. And then besides that, buffing a aspect at the end doesn't really make much sense. It's a good damage pet, but I wouldn't exactly put my resources into it. Alright, stolen pet. This is an event pet, completely useless. They made this thing useless, and it's kind of sad. Now, it does give some good damage stats. Like, this is a good placeholder pet if you can get it early. Damage, strength, and crit damage, really good. Because damage is directly onto the weapon, strength directly on the weapon, crit damage directly on the weapon. Now, the thing is pretty solid. Probably has about 30 to all those stats, which is decent. But its perks don't, if it had good perks too, it'd be a pretty solid pet. Parrot. One of the best pets in the game, hands down. Nothing wrong to say about it. Its perks are kind of weird. Like, the first perk is kind of bad. The third perk is kind of bad, but the second perk, insane. Which kind of makes me go to another point is some of these pets have insane perks, which completely outweigh the negative perks they have that don't do anything, which increases their value. Now, they also have stats and stuff that make a big difference. Like, looking at the tiger right now, it has crit damage and strength. Like, it'll have 50, 50, and 10, I believe. That is decent, I believe. I actually might have less than that, I'm not sure, but looking at Tiger, this is definitely like a cheap, good combat pet for anyone. The third skill is good, like, against like a boss or something, that'll be a lot of bonus damage. Double hitting is really good, and it has nice stats like the Ender Dragon, where it gives strength, crit damage, crit chance. Like, yeah. We got the Pigman pet, wide PvP damage. Buffing the Pigman sword, it's not good enough buff. Giant Slayer, that would be a really good perk on a different pet. They nerfed this thing. It had a lot more strength. It doubles the strength it had before. So, it's kind of just like a waste. Lion, this thing was hyped at first, but it's kind of just trash. Flat damage is good. Damage dealt on first strike, that is also pretty good. Damage to mobs below level 80. That's the kind of problem with this pet. Most things we fight later on are going to be above level 80, so a useless perk. and it's a foraging pet. So you have to farm trees to level this up. And if I'm gonna farm trees, I'm gonna use this pet. So this is just kind of trash. Bat pet, really good pet. If you're farming spooky. Besides that, I think it's trash. The first two perks, terrible. Magma Cube pet. I don't know why you'd ever use this thing in your life unless you're using slime minions. Honestly, has anyone ever used Ember Armor in their goddamn life? Like legitimately, I don't think people have. You can literally just skip over it and use like, I don't know, Ender Armor, Skeleton Horse, Event Pet. No really comment on that one. And everyone's like the good row, and there's still some complaints to be had about these pets. Don't get me wrong. Wolf Pet, a lot of random ass stats in the first slot. Besides that, decent pet. All its perks make sense. Makes sense. Take less damage from wolves. Bonus damage, crit damage for every wolf. That's 87 crit. Like, that's insane. And combat boost to make the Slayer faster. Like, this is definitely one of like the cream of the crop pets that you want to be using, because it gives such good like boosts. It's just like, whoa. All right, rabbit pet. This pet is also another decent one. Besides the jump boost effect, boost farming XP, and then the third perk is boost farming minion speed. So it's definitely good. It just has a useless first perk, and all of the skill ones are good, except maybe like one of them, which is the next one we're going to talk about. Definitely pick up all the skill ones. Skill boosts are really good. All right, guardian pet. Now this pet, this pet's something else. So it's a combat pet. Its first perk is zaps your enemies for your intelligence, which is a really good ability. Don't get me wrong. It does a lot of damage. But the next perk, enchanting XP boost. So it boosts enchanting, right? So it's like, okay, this is weird. The third perk gives you mana regeneration based, when you're near water. And at that point, it's just like, what are they trying to do with this pet? So the pet doesn't boost your spell damage like the sheep pet does, but it helps recover your mana and gives you damage based on your mana. So you want to use it in a mana build, but in dungeons, you're using the sheep pet for a mana build. So it's just kind of like, so you use this when you have lots of intelligence for more damage? Okay. So what do we do with this? Again, I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe just throw the enchanting XP boost on something else and make this a pure mana DPS pet. That would have been fine. Like, the enchanting XP boost is totally out of place on this pet, and it's kind of unfortunate. At least we have enchanting XP boost, but a different pet with it would have been nice. So you can actually have like a really nice mana DPS pet. This is more like a supporty pet. Getting on the last few pets. Squid. Squid is pretty good. The third perk, garbage. Boost the ink wand damage and stuff. Doesn't matter. First two perks though, solid. Increase your chance to find squids. That's really good. Increases your money while fishing. Very nice. Fishing XP boost is really good. This is definitely one of those good pets. It has a bad third perk, but you can avoid it by having it in the epic rarity, so awesome. Ocelot pet, again, really solid pet. Any kind of XP boost you can get for foraging is great. The third perk is a dodge perk. Again, you can dodge it by using an epic. get that? You can dodge the third perk. Just like it's a dodge skill. Because the first two abilities are the best, so you don't need the third one. No complaints here. Foraging pet, really solid. Ender Dragon pet could have been a lot better than what it currently is. It is a monster though. Like, it gives you the best base sword in the game once it's like about on level 90. It boosts your damage to end mobs, which won't be useful in dungeons, so that's kind of a wasted perk. The all-stat boost is great, like really good, and that's everywhere. Now, the Blaze pet has that ability too, but only in the Nether Fort, so if there's Nether Fort content, it could be better. Now, these are just the pets I have, and my complaints on these pets. I can go look at the ones on AH and go complain about those too, which we're gonna go do. Because why not? Alright, Phoenix pet. Such a useless piece of trash that no one should ever use. Like, don't lose your coins from death, just use a piggy bank. Can only spawn on your island, use magical soup. Fourth flare. That is garbage. 4.7% your crit damage, that's like what, 2k damage? Very cool. before your death become immune. That is actually really good. But don't get low. You have all this heal items, you're probably not gonna get that low ever unless you're literally getting one shot. At this point, you're literally better off just having an epic one and using it, because the third and fourth perk don't really matter. And if you're ever using this thing, then something's wrong. Blaze Pet. It definitely has a lot of cool information. It makes you like tanky and stuff, but it would only really be good if it was used in the Nether Fort. At that point, it's definitely the best armor, but if it's not in the Nether Fort, it's like still weaker than Superior plus Ender Dragon, which is kind of unfortunate, but I guess that's what you get out of a cheaper pet and how it should be. Turtle Pet, interesting. It gives defense, health, and near water, maybe knockback defense, more defense and health. Definitely like a solid pet, but again, not entirely sure if it'll be good for dungeons or not. 20% bonus defense, that's like 200 extra defense. That should like squeeze most people to like, I don't know, like 95+% damage reduction. We'll have to see on that one. Any more pets I missed? There's Whale. They buffed the whale. They realized the whale was shit and they buffed it. Oh yeah, here's Flying Fish. I think they'll rework this pet. Increase the stats of diver armor. This pet's probably going to be reworked, or it'll be really helpful if they buff diver armor again for the Abyss, but that's really far away, so I don't really think about it. Besides that, there's the whale, which I do not see, but essentially the whale is just a pet that buffs your health by 20% at max level, which it's decent. Don't get me wrong. It used to be 10%, and they realized it wasn't good, so they buffed it. So yeah, there's none on the H, but potions heal, garbage. Gain defense based on your health. Well, as you see, Mastiff gives you negative defense, so that doesn't help. So you pretty much only want to use this thing with you know, Mastiff, but you can't use it with Mastiff because you're using the wolf pet, so it's just useless. There are so many useless pets. From what I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 useless pets I will probably never use. And there's going to be more if I had them all. Probably like upwards of 15. And I have to level them all too. Like level all my good ones. 1, 2, like 7, 8. I have 8 pets to level. You know, like that's so much XP. That's like 100 mil plus XP of leveling them. And some of them are both combat, and it's just how am I supposed to level them? And there's already, I'm assuming like pet food and stuff when they actually release it will boost pet XP, because needing the current XP requirements is insane. Like you will never be able to complete them. Like, and that's just terrible. Like I would love to have, you know, all my pets be level 100, and I just can't get them level 100 because I don't got the time. I don't got like the motivation to level them up because I already played the game. I already maxed my like combat, for example. And you're telling me, hey, go max your combat even more. And I'm just like, why do you do this to me, game? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I just want to, you know, be able to play the game. No stupid grind. Like, just have fun, you know, just grind. Don't have to be like, play a mini game in a game in a game. You know, it's like, all right, I'm playing Minecraft, but I'm playing Hypixel Skyblock, but I'm playing the pet leveling simulator that requires me to do skills for it. And it's just like, ugh. Anyway, I think that'll be it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, you know, little pet rant. Hopefully pets next time, if they ever do more pets, is better. More thoughts put into it. So each pet has its own specific use and is useful instead of having all these excessive pets. Like if they do a new pet update, maybe do like 5 to 8 new pets that all are good in their own thing. Like I saw someone mention like a bow one in Nerds. Like that sounds cool. A pet that busts your bow damage? That sounds great. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.